Hi YouTube family, this is going to be my video talking about my third pregnancy, which is Nathan. How old was I? I don't even remember how old it was. I was 24. When I was 24, my husband and I, he was 22 at the time, we decided that we were not going to have any more kids. We decided that it was just best if we were done at Isaiah, which was the plan. And I got on birth control pills because we were very serious about not having any more kids. December 2014, just about like a month and a half after I was on a regular routine with my birth control pills, I was starting to feel like the birth control was making my body react in a very negative way. So I decided to go to the doctor and talk to her about it, and she did a pregnancy test, and turns out I was pregnant. So then my pregnancy was pretty what is that called? Routine. I literally had the worst nausea and dizziness and lightheadedness I've ever had in any pregnancy. I was throwing up constantly, day and night. There was no such thing as morning sickness with my pregnancy with Nathaniel. It was literally all day sickness. So I would throw up in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, right before bed, in the middle of the night at 2 in the morning. I literally could not keep nothing down. I lost so much weight that at some point people were worried about me because it was just so bad. And I'm a pretty big girl. Like, I'm not super like huge, but I'm curvy, I guess, not to say it in a rude way. I'm curvy, so when I started losing weight, it was really just the randomest thing. I was like a way lighter when I was a teenager. By the time that I was 24, I had already had the 2 kids and I had gained a lot of weight. So I was at a weight where I was feeling healthy and I was okay with my body. So I was losing rapid, like it was just crazy. So I was really concerned about it, but everyone else was concerned, and honestly I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't eat anything and not throw it up. So that was that. And that lasted pretty much the whole pregnancy. There was not a moment, and there was not a trimester in my pregnancy where I wasn't puking my brains out. It was the whole pregnancy. At 17 weeks I found out I was having a boy. Surprise, surprise. I literally thought we were gonna have a girl, and I was so convinced. Like, you know how moms, I'm pretty sure you guys know, when you feel it and you're so convinced. I was so wrong. I thought I was having a girl, and it turned out to be another boy, which is totally fine. We were happy that he was healthy, but I did want a girl. And then, yeah, 17 weeks I found out with a 3D ultrasound. I never knew this, but my friend told me, get a 3D ultrasound as early as 16 weeks and you can find out what you're having. And that's exactly what I did. I went and did it. At 17 weeks, I found out I was having a boy. Everything was healthy. But also at 17 weeks, I know you guys have seen my very first YouTube video. In that video, I talk about that in the ultrasound, they saw me having Braxton Hicks contractions. Those lasted my entire pregnancy. By the time I was going to deliver, I barely felt contractions because I was so used to the pain of the Braxton Hicks contractions. So that was that. My pregnancy was pretty routine, like I said. And then comes the day of delivery. Dun dun dun. I try to do a little special effects for you guys. Yeah, you like it. Okay, so the day of my delivery was amazing. It was the most confusing time ever. I had nesting, which I never got with Sammy or Isaiah because I always went into labor earlier than I should have. So I never got nesting, and since I did everything natural with Nathan, I got nesting. I hated nesting. Nesting was the most anxious phase of my entire pregnancy, and it was just horrible. So I was anxious all the time. I went to events and I would have anxiety attacks and start crying my eyes out. I used to do this network marketing thing, and I used to cry at my presentations. Like, it was so bad. It was just terrible. I mean, it's so tough for me to have anxiety because I'm not an anxious person on a regular day. But with the nesting, I was out of control anxious, and I didn't even get anything ready for the baby. I was just anxious for no reason. Whatever. Finally comes delivery day. I was 36 weeks. I was not ready. I was like not even, I don't even think I was 36 weeks. I think I was like 35 and a half weeks. And I started feeling the nesting, and then I started feeling like weird, like this weird pushing on my, I'm not going to say cervix because I can't say I felt my cervix, but I felt just this weird pushing. I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that they wanted to keep me because I dilated 5 centimeters. My water wasn't broken and my contractions weren't bad, but by that point, it's kind of like point of no return. So at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, I was in the hospital, in there getting ready to deliver. Wow, was it the quickest thing ever to me. I told you in my last video for Isaiah that it was like minus 12 hours every time I delivered. So I got there at 9 in the morning, and by 10 p.m. Nathaniel was born. It was just amazing. But anyway, so I got there at 9, I dilated 5 centimeters, nothing was going on. I was literally just sitting in the bed, just nothing, feeling nothing, hungry out of my mind. I was starving. Oh my gosh, they don't let you eat. It's so annoying. And then I told the doctor I'm doing natural. I don't want any pain meds, and I want to breastfeed, so I want him on me. No, nothing, no shots, no anything until we're ready. And it is when you say you're going natural, it is a totally different process than when you get the epidural. It is so completely different. I only had 1 IV put in me, which is amazing, because with Sammy, I had like 5. I'm exaggerating, I had 3. With Isaiah, I had 2. And then with Nathan, I had 1. It was so amazing. I was so happy. I was eating ice chips and popsicles, which was great. That was like the only thing I could eat. And then by like 2 in the afternoon, my best friend picked up Isaiah because my contractions started to get a little worse because they did break my waters by then. And I started getting contractions, and I was in so much pain, but it is totally a different kind of pain. I've never felt anything like it. It was just a different kind of pain, and it was totally like amazing. Like, it was amazing. I know that sounds really weird, but the feeling you get when you know you're about to have a baby and then you're just going through the pain, and like, what amazes me more is how my body reacted. I didn't like instantly freak out. I was like chilling. I was like, honestly, like, I was holding on to the railings of the bed, and I'm like, I got this. My husband was like motivating, my mom was motivating. Everything was good, and I was literally just like there and dealing with it, and I mean, it was just a totally different experience. It was amazing. As my contractions got worse, I got a little louder, but I was still calm. I didn't cry, which was amazing too, because I cried for Isaiah when I had him. I didn't cry when I was having the contractions, or even when I pushed him out. When I pushed Nathan out, I did not cry because the pain was not. I was trying to think about not getting any relief. So my thought was, as soon as they start, I need to be like, this is nothing. Mentally prepare myself for it to be nothing. And I think it worked because, like I said, I didn't cry. I was totally fine. I was taking it like a champ, and I was so proud of myself because honestly, I am the biggest baby when it comes to pain. Anyway, so I was pushing him out. Or no, I wasn't pushing him out. My contractions were getting closer together, like way closer by 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock p.m. So that's already 12 hours. But as my contractions got closer together and stronger, the baby's heart rate was going down. So the scariest moment of my life, and I don't want to cry about it because it was like amazing. It was an amazing experience, but it was really scary for me, was when the nurse told me that the baby is most likely, the umbilical cord is most likely wrapped around his neck because his heart rate was going down. I was freaking out, but I didn't know what to do because I was in pain. I couldn't think straight. So then at that moment I said, I'm gonna have to get pain meds so I can calm down. But I was already like 10 centimeters dilated, and I couldn't get any pain meds, and I couldn't hear anything. I was so scared. It was the scariest thing I've ever encountered in my life. What a thing to do when I was trying to do everything natural. It was just horrible. I mean, it was crazy, but my husband was with me and my family was with me, and I was trying to fight through it. I get emotional because it is a scary thing to think about. So as soon as she figured that it was happening, she told me to turn on my side, but I couldn't because I was in so much pain at the time. She pushed me. She was like, well, forget what you have to say. I'm pushing you. She pushes me to the side, and as soon as she does that, I tell her I have to push. I felt the sensation of needing to push, which is similar to the sensation of needing to poop, but it's like way stronger. So I told my husband, I have to poop, I have to poop, I have to push. He's coming out. And the doctor rushed in there, put her gloves on, and she's like, hold on to your legs. I said, no, I don't want to hold on to my legs. She's like, you need to hold on to your legs. I'm like, no, I don't want to hold on to my legs. I knew I would not be comfortable putting my hands on my thighs, so I refused to do it. And then my husband said, can I touch you? Because I'm horrible when in labor. My husband says, can I touch you? I said, do it. He holds my legs up, the nurse holds my other leg up, and they tell me to push, and I start pushing. And it was emotional for me because she's trying to unwrap his umbilical cord, and I'm trying to just get him out, because at that moment I'm just thinking about how painful it is. And she finally tells me, push, 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 stop pushing, stop pushing. And she like, I have a video which I can't post because my vagina is completely exposed, and I'm not gonna post that video, but I'm gonna describe it as detailed as I can. She literally, by the time his head was completely out of my vagina, she grabs the umbilical cord with 2 fingers and unwraps it. My husband starts bawling his eyes out. My mom's crying, his mom's crying. It is like super emotional. And then she goes, push. And I pushed him, and he came out literally with 3 pushes. By 10 o'clock, he was born. And it was the most amazing experience. With Isaiah and Sammy, as soon as they were born, they were taken away from me and put into a warmer. Nathan was put on my chest. I mean, I had him with me literally the whole time, which I've never experienced. And it's because I did natural, so I was gonna breastfeed a natural, and they said that the process for a natural birth is completely different. So they put him on my chest, and they were like, he was on me, and that was it. I mean, he was just a perfect, awesome little baby. Labor and delivery. This video is a lot longer because it was just a different experience and I had a lot to say. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be posting another vlog soon. Bye.